Hey guys, what's up? It's Carson. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about my 2022 goals. So it has been a while since I have filmed regularly. Trust me, you don't have to tell me, but it is January 2nd. It's officially 2022, and I wanted to share with you guys some of the things that I hope to accomplish in this next year, and I hope to take you along with me. So starting off with my writing goals, I am finishing, it's technically the 4th draft of Valor, but I'm rewriting it, so I'm just saying Valor Draft 1. I'm really close to finishing that. Hopefully I'll finish it in the next week because there's not much left. And so I hope to finish that draft. I hope to finish a 2nd draft of Valor, and I hope to send it out to betas this year. Hopefully I will get that feedback back maybe around the summertime, and then I will edit it again and hopefully get it query ready this year. I would really love to query a book. I don't think I'm going to get published anytime soon, but I would really like to start the querying process to just kind of get a better understanding of it, so that as I keep writing and keep querying, hopefully in the coming years, I will get an agent who wants to work with me and get a book published. So trust me, I don't think that it's going to happen anytime soon, but I would like to start getting my feet wet and figuring out the pros and cons and do's and don'ts of the whole querying thing. So I'd like to do that this year. I would also like to write a first draft of a new story, whether that is continuing in my like companion novel series with Valor and Might, or writing something completely different. I would just like to write a new book this year, or a first draft of a new book. And I am also working on a college romance story right now. I think I'm 11,000 words in, so I'd like to wrap that up as well. It'll probably be around 50,000 words. I'm not anticipating it being any longer, and I'm also not anticipating doing anything with those stories. I wrote one last year about Betty and Finn, and this one's about Mary and Declan, and they're just fun. They're just fun writing for me to do. I really enjoy them, so there's no pressure on that, but that's something that I would like to accomplish in 2022. And finally, I would also like to do a 2nd draft of Might. Might is huge. It's what, 130,000 words, 150,000 words. There's a lot of it that needs to be parsed out and put into different books. There's a lot of it that doesn't fit, like the end of Valor, or the end of Might doesn't fit the beginning of Might, but I would like to just, I haven't even reread it, right? So I'd like to reread it, make comments on it, and start the draft of, or the 2nd draft of Might. In terms of my reading goals, I would like to get my physical TBR down to 20 books. My physical TBR is out of control because my fiance will take me to the bookstore. We basically go to the bookstore every weekend. I think the Barnes & Noble book sellers know us by heart. I would love to go to more independent bookstores, but just unfortunately where we live, there's not very many. There's only really Barnes & Nobles, because we're just like, yeah, we just don't have a lot of independent bookstores. So we go to Barnes & Noble a lot, and my TBR has just skyrocketed this year. But you know what? We're all dealing with the pandemic in different ways, and my way is buying books. And also the amount that I've been reading on my Kindle is astronomical, so trying to like move away from the Kindle, move back toward my physical books, and get that TBR down. I would also like to read 12 book of the month books. I read 12 last year, and I really liked the challenge, and it exposed me to a lot of books that I wouldn't already pick up, which is what I kind of like the service for. I mean, yeah, I get some romance books, some historical fiction books that I probably would have picked up anyway, but I also read things that weren't even on my radar, and nobody that I kind of follow on any social media would have ever talked about it. Like, for example, if you've never read this book, it's phenomenal. It's A Little Hope by Ethan Joella. It's about people from Connecticut. It's very sad. Look up trigger warnings for this book. There's a lot of talk about drugs and terminal illness, cancer, things like that. But I thought it was really amazing, and I never would have picked it up on my own if it wasn't a book of the month book. So things like that. Also, Beautiful Country, I never would have picked up. They're all up on this shelf. But 12 book of the month books. I did it this year, so I can definitely do it next year. And I also have, I think I have 6 right now on my shelf that I haven't read yet because I love the add-ons. So I'm not worried about making it to 12. And then I have 144 books total. So I put 12 books a month approximately. I don't think I'll have any trouble hitting that. Yes, there are some months where I read a lot less, where I read 7 books or 8 books, but in general, I'm between 15 and 20 books a month. So I thought 12 was a good compromise. So it'll make up for some of those lower months, and I can still get to 144 books at the end of the year. In terms of my self-care, I am reading the Bible cover to cover. I'm reading it, like I'm annotating it as I go along. And with my program, my school program that I started in June, it has taken up a lot of my time. And I've let a lot of things like my self-care slip. So I haven't been working out as much. I haven't been eating as healthy. I haven't been reading my Bible. And that's a big goal for me moving into 2022, to just get back to some of those things, take care of myself better, and just be a more well-rounded person so I can better serve the different roles that I have in my life. So I would like to finish reading the Bible, get all the way through my, my journaling Bible. I would also like to do a study with Andrew because he is just kind of rediscovering his faith, and a lot of things are happening in his life right now where he feels the need and the presence for faith. But it's not something that necessarily comes naturally to him, so I really like to support him in that and be there with him. So I would like to do something like a Bible study or something with him. I also would like to work out regularly, and that doesn't mean every single day, but maybe 5 days a week, hopefully 5 days a week, and go on more walks. So 2 times a week, 3 times a week, just get out and go on a really long walk. It's something that I used to do when I lived at Yukon, so you know, over a year ago. And then when I moved home, I used to do it really regularly. I would get out every single day and take at least a 40-minute walk, but normally an hour, sometimes even an hour and a half or 2 hours. So I would really like to get back to taking walks and, you know, listening to my audiobook, or listening to, I love the National Geographic, so listening to my National Geographic podcast and just taking some time for myself outside, because I spend a lot of time in buildings. Sometimes I don't leave the house to go to work for days, which is not good. So I would like to get out more. And then finally, I would like to find a church. We moved back to where my mom lives, but I didn't really belong to a church when I lived here, so we would like to find a church to go to and go regularly, because I think that having a community is really important, and it's kind of an easy first step to finding your community is finding a church community, because they're normally some of the most welcoming people. And then finally, some of my life goals. These are not things, I guess I kind of cheated on the life goals because they're things that are going to happen anyway. Right? So one of them is get married. I'm getting married in February. So really soon. So I'd like to get married. I'd like to graduate. I'm graduating in May. I'd like to get a teaching position. So hopefully that happens in the fall, and I start a school in September or the end of August. I would like to get a new car. My car is great and it has served me very well. However, it's definitely time for a new car, just because there's a lot of things that need to be fixed at my car. And at this point, it's not worth it financially to fix the things on my car. I should just get a new car. And by new, I mean new to me, but not new to like the world in general. And also, by the end of 2022, Andrew and I would like to start trying for a baby. Maybe that's sooner in 2022, maybe that's later in 2022, but definitely within the next year. That's something that we want to work towards. So that's also a motivator in getting healthy and just maintaining my body and my mind better, because I'm taking on all of these new roles, right? I'm graduating, I'll be a full-time teacher, I'll be a wife, I'll maybe be working toward being a mom, and so I just would like to get a lot of my ducks in a row for this coming year. So yeah, that's it. I've written them all down in my new notebook, and I'm kind of obsessed with the fact that this is white. It's just like very clean and nice looking. Anyway, that's it. That's all of my 2022 goals that I will be working toward. Oh, and I would like to travel, COVID pending, like to travel somewhere outside of the United States. Use my passport or something. Of course, that's if it's safe to travel, if we can travel, but we would like to go somewhere, preferably in May for our honeymoon, but if that doesn't happen, then it doesn't happen. So anyway, leave me a comment down below and let me know one of your goals for 2022, the goal you're most excited about, or the goal that you think will be the hardest to complete, and we can cheer you on in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you like what you saw and you want to see more from me, see more over 2022, please subscribe down below. I would love to have you here, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.